Tasanya. I go by T, spoken by T, whatever's best. I am a spoken word artist from Mississauga originally, based in and out of Toronto and all that fun stuff. I have 2 poems for you today. This first one I wrote specifically for this event. He did debrief us on the sleeping car porters and everything, all the history with that. So this is a poem called George. And I literally finished writing it last night and memorized it this morning. So bear with me. Okay, that can't go in anymore. Okay, no. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. All right. Hello, sir, ma'am. How y'all doing? Sorry, excuse me. How are you today? How are you today? Would you like me to shine your shoes? Here's what's on the menu. You're looking very dapper. It's going to be a long ride. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Personal conversations are something we often put aside because the big man in charge has never been able to see past certain days because he's always been so stuck in his own ways. As freedom came, he still found a way to make sure that we still felt enslaved, but we've got a brotherhood going. Trying to get the fairness phone. We got a brotherhood going, trying to get the fairness going, because that's one thing about us that I hope will never change. We got a fire in our system, a flame that can't be tamed. So while I'm grabbing your plates without you knowing my name, I'm building a bounce back game that'll help fuel future generations all the same, because I'm proud to be a porter. And I'm proud to be a supporter of a movement that hopefully one day you'll move with, and hopefully one day we'll prove this, and hopefully one day we can help change things one day. So I can no longer be George. So I can no longer be forced to do as you please, but rather have an honest conversation with a genuine introductory. Something like, hi, this is me. I'm labeled, I carry a name that's labeled with love. I'm not much of a toucher, but I'll enjoy a good hug. I aspire to be a doctor or a painter, I'm not sure. I pray every night that one day I'll have the chance to be heard. So until then, one day I'll have the chance to be heard, and one day you'll address me by my name first. Until then, I'd be happy to iron your clothes. Shine your shoes so they complement your nose. Highlight the spotlight that you've been put under. Oh, I think your food is ready. Excuse me. I'll be back in a moment. Thank you. That's the first one. My memory man. Everyone back a couple times, but you can't stop. Thank you. Yeah, when I finished writing that one, it was actually cool because I didn't know what I was going to write for this event. But I was golfing the other day. And this guy was like teaching me stuff because I don't know how to golf. And he said his name was George. And I was like, whoa, I've been reading up on porters and everything like that. And I don't know if y'all know the history, but with the name George, because the guy that started off the porters, his first name is George, so similar to slavery, the people were called by their slave master's name, so everyone was kind of referenced to as George or boy. So that was the relevance of that. This other one is called Your Door. And it references to this painting of Jesus. I'm not religious, but I figured this out a couple years ago, and I think it's pretty relevant. I kind of mixed up the metaphor a bit, but the painting of Jesus is basically, there's a door in front of him, no handle on his side, only a handle on yours, so you have to be able to let him in. That's the concept. So when I'm talking about that, just keep that in the back of your brain. So, okay. Jesus is at your door, but instead this time he's wearing a do-rag because he just got a fresh braid up and greets you through the cracks with a lighthearted sup. Cracking a smile as he laughs, breaking the rough, tough look, giving off the soft pop covered book, and only because of this will you not turn your handle. Will you turn him away because his voice is just too much to handle, but I guess that's the best thing that's ever happened to him. Because you just taught Jesus how to finally define a sin. The separation. To separate by definition is to keep apart or divide by an intervening barrier or space. Not ridicule the girls with cornrows, but then throw them back in their face, because when they go through the pain, the cries, the millions of tears in their eyes, the pat in their hair, so you can't tell that it's there, it's considered wrong, unprofessional, demoralized to a lie, something worthy as a confessional, but when it's worn on a lighter head with a scalp not too ready, it's labeled nothing other than a trend. When youth are being shot for reaching for their ID, but those are ID worth millions are constantly begged to be seen, when our music has been pushed aside, but recently been brought back to light because it's been blended with a style unlike its own kind, because it couldn't be appreciated for being its own kind. To separate and to combine are the opposite, let me remind, because as much as it seems like things are wrong on our side, you sure are trying your hardest to climb over the divide. The divide It's made out of longer punishments in prison because of the payment she's been given, but she's been released early for good behavior. You're trying to rock climb your way through expectations you set with rocks labeled with if you're dark, you don't get what we get. But as you took your next ignorant step, those rocks shot down faster than the bullets you shot into their heads. You remember. You forgot to tighten the straps around your belt, and instantly you are filled with regret those straps made out of. You were wrong about us, so watch our capabilities created in factories where our culture has as much importance as your batteries, because without it, we would have no power. It allows us to feel empowered, to see you as cowards, because you can't do anything other than hide behind our treasured flowers and skip beats. We don't glow. But this all helps us promote our own growth. It's the young black boy who can point at a movie poster and see himself in it. It's a young black girl who can go to the toy store and pick out a Barbie that's just like her. It's the idea that dark fathers hold that title, own that title intentionally. It's the public shaming, racist blaming. It's the idea that dark men can't wear their hoods up past 10 p.m. It's the understanding that there's something wrong with that dress code, with this curfew, with this stigma. It's the work put towards ending the stigma. Jesus has knocked more than once now. You still refuse to let him in. The neighbors next door, however, are curious of what you may bring. Thanks. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you very much. I'm Ting, Tanya, Spoken by T, all that fun stuff. You can find me anywhere. That's Spoken by T, exactly how it sounds. Thank you.